Welcome back, everybody, to the Yankee and the Brit. I'm Jay, he's Maddie, and today we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers and Brian Gutekunst. I'm not sure that I ever thought that would come out of my mouth because we don't talk too much about GMs, let alone Packers front office people who stay the fuck out of the media for the most part. But things have went sideways. This has been going on way longer than people think, and I'll let you get into it first, but I'm just going to say this has zero to do with Jordan Love as a person, and it has a lot to do with what the Packers front office did, but I don't know how you actually feel about that.
Yeah, I think it was going on way before that pick. I don't think Aaron Rodgers has ever been totally happy in Green Bay, and this is not to shit on where you live or anything, Jay, but the guy's a Cali, he's a Cali guy,
yeah, it's cold here.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying about it. And he wants to be a star. He dates Hollywood actresses. He's hosting Jeopardy and Green Bay is not necessarily the place to do that. I am totally on Aaron Rodgers' side in all of this. The media are starting to spin it. People like dickheads like Colin Cowherd and that are starting to say, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers is such a diva and Aaron's this, Aaron's that, and he won't let anything go." And it's like, right, but he deserves it. He was a runaway MVP, and they're still treating him like shit. That's the top and tail of it. If you feel unappreciated in your workplace, in every other industry apart from sports player, you are allowed to go and talk to another company. If you feel unappreciated in your workplace, you can go and talk. And that's just what he wants to do now. He's just like, I feel unappreciated. You guys aren't supporting me. This isn't a good fit anymore. I want to leave. And they're not letting him. And that's, in my mind, kind of disgusting, if you get what I mean.
And if you're Aaron Rodgers and people are like, he's being a diva and Terry Bradshaw called him weak, shut the fuck up, Terry Bradshaw. You are the same guy who refused to go back to Pittsburgh for 30 years because they didn't let you retire the way you wanted to retire. 30 years. So don't even start. Brett Favre, Terry Bradshaw need to start a podcast called Grumpy Old Men or Get Off My Lawn, because that's all they keep doing. If you look at it, the Packers in the last 10 drafts have only drafted one offensive player, and it was his replacement. It was Jordan Love. And they can go, it's the same thing that happened to Aaron. No, it's not. Arguably the best player in the draft, fell to 24 to the Packers, so they picked him. You moved up, and I like Jordan Love coming out of college. You moved up for a guy to replace the league MVP. That's exactly what you did. He is pissed off. He has every right to be pissed off. And they can say he leaked this, but the more and more I find out, I don't think he leaked this, because from what I've been reading, and I heard from his friend AJ Hawk, he's upset that this is out. It doesn't help his cause. So I almost feel like the Packers may have thrown this out there because a divorce is coming and they want Aaron to look bad instead of them.
Yeah, it's when it gets to this kind of stuff, it's the public perception is the biggest winner. You need to win in the public perception.
Perception is reality.
Yeah, exactly. When you're a GM and your job lies on often what the fans think of you. Fans can have a big say in sport. They can. If you just look at the European Super League over here, there's a lot of talk about Arsenal are now being bought out by the owner of Spotify and stuff like that, because the fans have said, we're not coming to the games anymore if this guy's in charge. So, and public perception is a lot, and they're trying to win in the court of public perception, as Michael Florio.
It is so big that Donald Sterling, an NBA owner, got forced out because fans were so mad about his racist mouth.
Yeah, exactly. And the trading up for Jordan Love is the problem. So what a lot of people are saying, and we're in a lot of Facebook groups about American football, and a lot of the time we have to hold our tongue because we like everyone. We're not we want to hear all the opinions of everybody. We're those kind of guys who'll, if you say something to us, we're like, yeah, actually that's a good opinion to have. I don't necessarily agree with you, but some of the stuff on Aaron Rodgers just makes me so mad. So it's there's pictures of Tom Brady with Kyle Trask being like, I'm happy to have Kyle Trask like my mate. Like, I'm not kicking up a fuss. Kirk Cousins would kill him on. I'm not kicking up a fuss. All of that kind of stuff. Yeah, but they traded up to get Jordan Love. They didn't just rob Aaron Rodgers of some help, or they didn't just trade his replacement in the 3rd round, which is more than acceptable. Like, the guy's getting old. Like, it's a 3rd round pick. Is he going to be that much use? Yeah, 3rd round picks are important, but to trade up, give up picks to go get the replacement and not help him, they were looking to get rid of him this season. If he didn't win league MVP, he wouldn't be playing at the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, yeah. When he said he threw a wrench in their plans, he wasn't lying. And the fact that the Packers only in their – so you give up a 3rd to move, right?
Yeah.
Your first pick is Jordan Love. Your second pick is a 3rd-string running back because you already got 2 running backs in Green Bay. Not to shit on Dylan, but you already got 2 running backs in Green Bay. Yeah. So you drafted 3rd-string running back, and then you gave up your 3rd. You got this guy no weapons. That's what pissed him off. It is not Jordan Love. It's the fact that you didn't do anything to help a team that was 1 game away from going to the Super Bowl, but they got owned by a team who only threw the ball like 8 times.
Imagine if they had a corner. Like, imagine if they had a corner and didn't get beat by Scotty Miller down the sideline. Like, not to shit on like the Packers corner group too much, but imagine if they took a corner in the 1st round, a defensive tackle in the 2nd round in order to stop the run, and then another corner, offensive lineman, defensive tackle, whoever the hell you want in the wide receiver. In that class last year, they didn't take a wide receiver.
No, and then this year, in round 1, they reach for a corner, which is a big F you to Rodgers again.
Yeah, that was we've spoke about that in the NFC North draft grading. Go check that out if you want to see our feelings on Eric Stokes. And once again, it's not shitting on Eric Stokes. It's just
no, not at all.
That's a big fuck you, because if they picked a guy on the consensus board, the number 1 corner that was left, you think, okay, but the fact that they went their own way, to, like they picked their own guy, and it made no sense. It made very, very, very little sense.
See, and they want to use Aaron Rodgers year to year. That's what they want. They want to use him year to year and be able to just throw him away whenever they want. We're done with you. Like Belichick wanted to do with Brady, but the problem in Green Bay is there's no owner like Robert Kraft to stand up and say, this is done, and this is what we're doing either way. If it's keeping Rodgers and making him happy, or if it's getting rid of him. Mark Murphy can be fired. An owner cannot be fired. So Mark Murphy is afraid to stand up and either fire Gutekunst or trade Rodgers. I don't think you fire your GM, even if you hate him, because it sets a bad precedent of, you cannot let the players run the organization. But personally, Gutekunst would be gone, and me and Aaron Rodgers would be trying to win the next three Super Bowls. This guy's got 3 to 5 years left, easy, and players are lasting longer and longer. Look at Tom Brady. I'm convinced he's going to play till he's 45 at least.
Yeah. So Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hit. That's the Aaron Rodgers is no guy, but he's smart enough not to get hit. Brett
Favre got murdered and played till he was 40.
Exactly. It's the most irritating thing about watching Aaron Rodgers is the fact that if you get him, you're still not going to hurt him. He'll throw the ball away before you can actually hit the guy. That's the most irritating thing about getting him. When you get him, you don't actually have him. So that means he can play a lot longer. And Aaron Rodgers, nothing against Jordan Love, but if they actually believe though that Jordan Love was the guy, what harm do they get out of getting rid of Aaron Rodgers now?
Because they want to hold on to him, develop him even more. And what I resent most about this whole issue, Skull Nation Viking fan, has to defend Aaron Rodgers. I resent that. I absolutely resent that. Send him out of Green Bay. Let me cheer for this guy his last couple years in the league. Let me enjoy him play because it's not with the Packers. And reap what you sow. Reap what you sow, because Gutekunst brought this on Green Bay himself. When they hired Gutekunst, and I think this is where the rift really started, Mark Murphy had enough balls to call Aaron Rodgers, or not Gutekunst, Matt LaFleur. When they hired Matt LaFleur, he had enough balls to call Aaron Rodgers and say, don't be the problem. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm Aaron Rodgers. I'm the best at the time quarterback in the NFL, and you're not even going to talk to me about the coach you hired. And yes, you can argue Patrick Mahomes now, but Rodgers is still one of the 2 or 3 best quarterbacks, and they don't even talk to him. Where I hear the Bears called Andy Dalton and said, bro, we're going to draft Justin Fields.
Yeah.
They called Tom Brady in the end of the 2nd round and go, bro, we're going to grab Trask. Like, it's respect and to show that your best player, you're a partner in this.
And
okay, I got worked up.
Aaron Rodgers is a diva. Let's just put that out there.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is a diva. He's a classic Cali boy who's been sent to the Midwest to play in Green Bay, and he is a diva. Like, he is, but the guy's also the best. You do the best for the best. You have to let them, if they feel like, oh, I need to have a say on the coach, then just let them have a say. Like, you don't need to pick the coach. And him and Matt LaFleur seem to work pretty well together, to be perfectly honest. Like,
yeah, I think it's a good combination.
Yeah, they seem to work pretty well together. You could have just said, hey, man, do you fancy doing your own interview and then letting us know who you like? Or just picking the guy, but we'll take what you say into consideration.
Or even just call and have a conversation with him and go, look, this is what we're doing and why. They didn't even call him. I heard Aaron Rodgers on his own mouth say he found out that LaFleur was the quarterback or the coach right as it was being announced. And now he didn't say this, but other people say in that same phone call, they're telling Rodgers, don't be the problem. Well, that's a problem for me because you're not showing that guy respect. And even if you think he was going to cause a little issue, you could have been way more respectful and tactful about how you handle your star player.
Yeah, and also, like, on the trade up to go get Jordan Love, which for me, that was the nail in the coffin, wasn't it? I feel like there was a lot building up before. Like, I feel like everybody's taken that as the start point when really it happened way before that. Like,
it started with McCarthy.
There's causation from when he was picked. Like, he's still a diva from falling in the first round when he did. Like, he wanted to play at San Francisco by all accounts. Like, that's where he wanted to be. And he's still upset about that. Obviously, Green Bay took a shot on him. I'm not saying Green Bay fans should hate him and he never wanted to be there. It's just they could have had a dynasty. It's the dynasty that never was, basically, is where that is. And
there was a post yesterday talking about Green Bay, Jordan Love, all this. And I usually don't kick up too much stuff on those Facebook posts. But I have to say, all I wrote was, RIP Green Bay Packers. Here lies the team that wasted the most talented quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah, and they could have had, like, would you have rather had a happier Aaron Rodgers and Jalen Hurts if you waited till the 2nd round to draft him? Or if you didn't even move up in the 1st? Like, that's the thing. It was the move up. It makes no sense.
Who was moving up for Jordan Love? Nobody.
Nobody was jumping ahead of you.
If anybody was going to take him back there, it was the Vikings. Once he got past the Vikings, he wasn't going.
Yeah, it made no sense. And you could have had, like, Jalen Hurts seems to be, like, irritatingly decent. Like, you could have also had Jalen Hurts. Jordan Love may be better than Jalen Hurts, but, you know, let's talk landing spots now for Aaron Rodgers. Do we think he's going to be in Green Bay? Yes or no? No, I agree. I 100% agree with you. Where do you think he's going to go?
I wish and pray he would do the whole Brett Favre, fuck you, I'm going to Minnesota after a year, but it will never happen.
That won't happen.
I think it's Denver. I really do. I don't think these rumors came out for no reason. And the more I read and hear, it's like they picked Patrick Surtain to be part of that trade. And so I think it's Denver. I would love to see him with Chucky in Las Vegas, just because I think him and Gruden would be a fucking match made for TV heaven.
That'd be hilarious. I would really enjoy that. I think San Francisco was also a big talk. They apparently were the only team to call, which sounds weird because apparently Denver was a done thing, but Green Bay have come out and said San Francisco were the only team to call. I'm not sure whether I believe that. I reckon Aaron Rodgers was available. Every team in the NFL called Green Bay.
Called.
Yeah, I would be surprised if every team called Green Bay to say, I'll trade our quarterback to get Aaron Rodgers. Seattle, I'll trade you Russell Wilson to get Aaron Rodgers. Dallas, I'll trade you Dak Prescott to get Aaron Rodgers. All of that kind of stuff. I'm not entirely sure whether like how much of those would have been real. I like Denver. I like the Raiders. I like. I feel like San Francisco could be a place where he goes. If
he ain't
like
going
Jordan
there.
Love
But
isn't
what
the
about
guy.
Miami?
Miami. Well, they have the capital to do it. I don't see why it wouldn't be Miami.
Because if he doesn't want to go, you're not going to trade for him because you don't want to trade for a guy who doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, but why wouldn't he? I don't see why he also wouldn't want to be in Miami. That's the only thing about that. Like, I wouldn't be upset if he.
I think it has a lot to do with that he's engaged with what's her name from the Divergent series, and
yeah, I mean they're like Miami are Deshaun Watson, aren't they? But we have to see what happens with Deshaun Watson. So they could also be the guys who go in for Aaron Rodgers because they have all the picks to do so. I think Denver's the most likely. LA would be fun. I never write off San Francisco doing that kind of thing.
I don't know if this was just thrown out there by talking heads or this was actually brought up, but I did hear the Browns in that. And I love Baker Mayfield. But if Aaron went to the Browns, chalk it up there in the AFC Championship game.
No matter what team he goes to, they become an immediate Super Bowl contender.
Can you picture him on the Browns with those weapons?
No, I couldn't pitch him on the Browns at all. I don't see him wearing the uniform. I don't see him living in Cleveland.
No, but OBJ.
I get it.
Yeah, okay.
I understand that. I understand it, but it's just like, I'm sorry, Browns fans. I feel like that may be a reach. You've got loads of superstars and convinced them.
I agree. And love your Baker Mayfield because Baker can play. But yeah, it's Aaron Rodgers. And people are like, well, there's certain teams that wouldn't want him because they already got their quarterback.
It's
Patrick Mahomes, Allen up in Buffalo.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
There's only a handful of guys that
it's only because they're younger.
For Aaron Rodgers.
You can only do it because they're younger as well. And then there's obviously, it would be pretty mad if Tampa did it. That wouldn't make any sense.
I think Jerry would do it in a heartbeat, even though
Jerry would take it.
Dak is probably long-term. Dak is better for
Jerry would take
Cowboys,
it,
but Jerry would sell out for that Super Bowl right now.
No, Jerry would take it. It would be stupid to do it, but he'd do it. Like that. That is a very Dallas move. Like, and you can see Aaron Rodgers with the star on his helmet.
But if he gets you a Super Bowl, it ain't stupid.
True. I just when you sit there and you're like that.
Right. For the
that
future,
would just be one of the most stupid Dallas moves ever. But it would be a very Dallas move to do as well, just to go win another Super Bowl. And I don't hate it. The Steelers could come out of nowhere and take him. All of that kind of stuff. But I think the top three are Denver, Vegas, and the 49ers. Because I think the 49ers have the balls to make it happen. Like, they'll just sell out to make it happen.
Yeah, if they had enough, I think if they could have made that trade before they made the trade up, it would have been a lot easier. But I think the conclusion of this whole talk we just had is the Packers have to be wrong because a Cowboys and a Vikings fan think so. And
yeah, definitely.
If there isn't two teams that have a big fuck you for Green Bay, that has to be.
It's almost just like we have a vested interest in getting Aaron Rodgers away from the NFC.
There you go.
Just the NFC, sorry, not the NFC. The NFC in general. It's just like, if he goes to Denver and the Raiders, I'd be very happy. Also, the AFC West becomes the best division in the league. Whichever one of those he goes to, the AFC West becomes the best division in the league. So that's exciting. And they're my picks. Let's get him out of the NFC.
And Terry Bradshaw, actually, now that I think about it, how is Aaron Rodgers weak when he wants to go to the division with Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, Terry, if you want to come on the podcast and argue with us at any point about this, then please feel free to reach out.
The weak comment made me mad.
I was
a diva, that he was prima donna, but weak drove me insane because as somebody who's watched pretty much every game of Aaron Rodgers in his career, because I live in Green Bay and I'm a North fan, never once have I looked at Aaron Rodgers and the word weak come in my mind.
It's almost just like a guy speaks his emotions, wants to move. Oh, that's weak. That's what? Like the guy just knows he's better than this. Like, that's fine. Like, that's okay.
Know your value.
If Fox were treating Terry Bradshaw, like, I don't know who he commentates for, but if Fox were treating Terry Bradshaw, yeah, I think so. If they were treating him like shit, he'd be more than acceptable to move like that to CBS or NBC, wherever he wanted to go. Like, that would be fine. Like, we wouldn't call you weak. Like,
it's the same guy
stupid.
who wouldn't go back to Pittsburgh for 30 years because they didn't let him retire the way he wanted to. But that's the kind of stuff that drives me insane, the hypocritical nature of these guys coming out. And Bradshaw is the Charles Barkley of the NFL. He says the most ridiculous shit, but for some reason morons listen to him.
Yeah, and it's the same with, like, I listen to Cowherd because he comes up with outside the box things to say, and I'm like, okay, I've had an interesting time thinking about that, but you're wrong. But like, that's fine. You know, if you're agreeing with Colin Cowherd, you're in a difficult position. But that's totally
fine. But that's his show, and the only time I can even stomach him half the time anymore is when Joe Platt's on there, because I love Joe Platt, so I got to get on there. But
he's apparently one of the good guys
every day until I kept hearing his ridiculous remarks about LeBron and about Baker Mayfield, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And then I know you like him, but Cowherd's level of love for Sam Darnold got absolutely ridiculous too.
That was pretty specialist. He is apparently one of the good guys of the broadcasting. Like, he's a really popular guy in broadcasting circles.
Seems like a really decent person too. He just drives me insane.
Yeah, but that's his show.
Yes.
And people do that. People say this kind of stuff about Aaron Rodgers, and if they applied it to themselves and their own jobs, they would see that it's not crazy. Like, if any of you are out there and you're having a shit time at your job, wouldn't you want to move? Like, that's basically where I'm at with the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. And get him out of the NFC East. Get him out of the NFC. Get rid of the guy.
And when Aaron Rodgers leaves the Packers and wins another Super Bowl, the fans will really see that it was Green Bay that did it and not Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I feel like Green Bay fans are actually kind of okay with Aaron, from what I've seen. Like, it's fans outside of Green Bay.
That's what happened with Brett Favre until next thing you know, they're all walking around with shirts that say, "We'll never forget you, Brent." You know, like, they were intentionally, like, they turned on Favre quick.
He went to the Vikings, to be fair.
Yeah, some of them turned on him when he was with the Jets, though. So that's I think that Aaron Rodgers will be more supported than Favre was, because people see what's going on, and everybody thinks Favre kept talking about retirement, but if they really go back, it was Green Bay forcing the question on him every year. But I think people are going to sit back, and it may take a year or two, and go, oh no, that was Gutekunst and he needs to go, after Rodgers goes and they see what happened.
Yeah, it could be the dynasty that has never been. And if you guys out there want to tell us what you think about Aaron Rodgers, and if you disagree with us, we'll be more than happy to argue with you in the Facebook comments, because we don't mind doing it on our own videos. It's just on other people's posts, we try and leave it alone. So please get in contact with us with anything that you guys think. We'll really enjoy listening to any of your
ideas. And I already pissed off all the Bears fans on the NFC North page, so you can jump on too. So, all right, guys, let us know what you think about Aaron Rodgers and Gutekunst. And also, let us know down below, who do you think will be gone, if anybody? Aaron Rodgers, Gutekunst, or do they figure it out? All right, guys, thanks for watching. One world, one love. Deuces.
Cheerio. Bradshaw, Jay's coming for you.